My phone buzzed at 7:13 a.m. on a foggy Saturday morning, jolting me awake. The screen glowed with a message that hit like a sucker punch. Clara, after careful review, we've decided to take the database division in a new direction. Your position is terminated, effective immediately. The tech world demands fresh ideas and your approach is frankly obsolete. HR will reach out Monday with paperwork. I blinked at the words, reading them once, twice, 3 times, half expecting them to morph into something less brutal. 20 years at Horizon Tech. Nights spent hunched over code, family dinners skipped, weekends lost to server crashes. All erased in a cold, impersonal text from Ethan Brooks, the 36-year-old CEO who'd taken the reins last year. My fingers hovered over the keypad, itching to fire back something raw and furious. But no. I'd built my career on grit and grace, and I wasn't about to let that slip now. Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Brooks. It's been an honor. I'll wait for HR's instructions. I set the phone down and stared out my kitchen window at the misty Portland skyline. My name's Clara Bennett, 59, single mom, and until 3 minutes ago, senior systems architect at Horizon Tech. I put my daughter, Mia, through college on this job, weathering 4 CEOs, 6 office moves, and 2 product overhauls. All I wanted was the respect I'd earned, 2 decades of loyalty repaid with dignity. Standing in my way? Ethan Brooks, a Stanford grad with a Silicon Valley swagger. Hell-bent on modernizing the company by tossing out anyone who didn't fit his shiny new vision. The phone buzzed again. Another gem from Ethan, please return all company property, badges, laptop, and Apollo project docs to security by Tuesday. The transition team will handle your accounts. The Apollo project. Horizon's crown jewel, a database security system raking in 60% of our revenue. The system I'd built from scratch, weaving custom code no one else could unravel, documented only in my own notes. I almost laughed. Transition team? Good luck. They didn't get it, Ethan didn't get it. I wasn't just some replaceable gear in their machine. I was the backbone, the one who'd kept Apollo humming while the real developers took the credit. And in 2 weeks, when the annual security update hit, they'd see just how irreplaceable I was. I joined Horizon in 2001, back when it was a scrappy startup in a drafty Portland warehouse. Ethan's dad, Henry Brooks, hired me as a database analyst. No fancy degree, just raw skill, honed from teaching myself to code while juggling admin work at a law firm. You've got instinct, Henry told me at my interview. That beats a diploma any day. Under him, I soared, climbing from grunt work to systems architect, bridging old tech with new. When Apollo launched, I was the unsung hero, troubleshooting late into the night while others slept. Home was me and Mia, after her dad bailed when she was 4. Henry's flexibility let me balance motherhood and work, remote days when Mia was sick, late nights to make up hours. Horizon became my second family and I poured my soul into it. Then Henry retired. And Ethan swaggered in with his posse of slick consultants, preaching digital transformation. I tried to keep up, learned their buzzwords, adapted my workflow, but Ethan treated us veterans like relics, interrupting me in meetings, sidelining my ideas. We're shedding legacy thinking, he declared, his eyes skimming over those of us who'd built the damn place. Monday, I drove to Horizon's sleek headquarters for the last time. Tony, the security guard who'd waved me in for 15 years, handed me a visitor badge with a grimace. They've killed your access, Ms. Bennett. I'm sorry. In HR, Lisa from People Ops slid papers across the desk, avoiding my gaze. 2 months severance. Benefits through the quarter, she monotoned. Is Ethan here? I cut in. He's in meetings all morning, she mumbled. Convenient, I muttered, signing off. 20 years and he couldn't face me. Lisa leaned in, voice low. Clara, this wasn't my call. Some of us fought for you. It's fine, I said, brushing off the pity. Business is business. Packing my office under the eye of a stranger in a security polo, I caught Nate Carter, the new CTO, lurking by my door. Clara, quick question about Apollo's integration protocols, he said, clutching a tablet. The update's coming and we're missing some details. I raised an eyebrow. Now you want my help? Just tying up loose ends, he said with a weak grin. Funny how gaps show up when you ditch the person who built it, I shot back, sliding Mia's old graduation photo into my box. You didn't build Apollo, Nate scoffed. You maintained it. The erasure stung, the late nights, the fixes no one else could crack. Check the logs, I said coolly. My name's on 60% of the custom modules. But your team's got those fresh perspectives, right? He faltered. Where are the override protocols for the certificate updates? Every year, Apollo's authentication choked on new security certs unless I manually intervened. A quirk I'd mastered. Undocumented by design. It's in the standard docs, I lied, sealing my box. We've checked. It's not there. Then your team's got some learning to do, I said, brushing past him. My methods are outdated, remember? Walking out, past colleagues who wouldn't meet my eyes, it hit me. Ethan had misjudged me, and it was about to cost him. 3 days later. I was tweaking my resume when my phone rang. Horizon Tech. It was Sam Lee, a developer I'd mentored for years, sounding wrecked. Clara, thank God. Apollo's pre-update tests are tanking. The system's rejecting everything and we're clueless. I sipped my tea, letting him sweat. That's rough, Sam. It's a disaster. The update's next week. If we blow this, client systems crash. Garrett's team's been at it for days, but the docs are useless. Frustrating, I said, neutral as stone. Clara, please. It's not just Horizon, it's the clients. Real people. He had me there. I sighed. Line 1457, Authentication Module. Disable the legacy verification protocol before the update. Keys clacked. That's not documented. Wait, I see it. You're a genius. Good luck, I said. Hanging up. The next week, my phone lit up with pleas from Horizon staff, each snag proving what I'd known. Apollo was a maze of my fixes, invisible to everyone else. Then Ethan called, voice tight. Clara, we're in trouble with the Apollo update. The team says you might know something. Client security's on the line. What's the issue? I asked, all business. Authentication's rejecting everything. We've tried the docs, nothing works. Sounds urgent, I said, savoring his panic. You'd like me to consult? Yes. Generous day rate. Start tomorrow? I've taken a job at Pacific Solutions. I lied smoothly. Maybe phone consults after hours. Another company? He sounded floored. What'll it take for your full focus? Name your price. He pressed when I didn't bite. I'll get back to you, I said, hanging up. His desperation was a rush. He'd handed me leverage I hadn't even sought. Next morning, I checked Pacific Solutions' site. A systems consultant gig fit me like a glove. On a whim, I applied. Hours later, their HR called, then the integration head. They loved my experience, saw it as gold. By day's end, they wanted me in for a formal interview. Meanwhile, Nate called from Horizon. Clara, we're drowning. Updates in a week, and we're nowhere. I'm weighing a consult, I said. Surprised your team's struggling, though my methods were obsolete, right? He groaned. Alexander screwed up, okay? We need you. Name your terms. Full remote access, no oversight. And my fixes stay my IP, licensed to Horizon for this job only. Done, he said. By nightfall, I had a contract and credentials. Digging into Apollo, I confirmed the mess. My absence had left them blind. The fix was simple if you knew the system's soul like I did. Then Pacific nailed me with an offer. Senior role, 30% pay bump, flexibility. I took it. Starting in 2 weeks. That night, Henry Brooks called. Clara, this isn't the company I built. Alexander's botched it, and you're saving their asses. The board's rattled. His job's on the line. Robert, I'm just doing the gig, I said. You've got power here, he warned. How you play this could shift everything. I didn't sleep, torn between torching Ethan and saving Horizon's soul. I chose middle ground, fix it right but no extras. I pounded out the Apollo repairs, documenting every move. Midday, Nate called. Progress. On track, I said. Alexander wants you on a 4 p.m. leadership call. Not in the deal, I pushed back. Just 15 minutes, he begged. I caved. The call was a trap. Ethan, Nate, execs, board members all staring me down. Explain why Apollo's undocumented, Ethan demanded. I'm fixing it as agreed, I said. Documentation's a separate job. This is your mess, a board guy barked. I snapped. Is it? I begged for resources to document Apollo, denied. I built a training program, axed. I warned you 6 months ago about this exact risk. Emails in your inboxes. This is on leadership that trashed experience for fresh ideas. Silence. They scrambled for the email. I logged off. The board called next, begging for truth. Then I found Ethan's team had botched Apollo worse than I'd thought. 4 days to the update, and it was a house of cards. I could have walked, but clients deserved better. 2 sleepless nights later, I'd rebuilt it bulletproof. Ethan called, groveling. Come back, Ray's leadership seat. Too late, I said. I'm done. Systems fixed. Docs go to Nate today. Thank you, he croaked. For everything. You're welcome, I said. I'll tell the board the truth tomorrow, not to bury you, but because they need it. He was toast. 2 weeks later, I started at Pacific, thriving. Horizon ousted Ethan, Henry stepped in, and they dubbed their new knowledge policy Bennett's Protocol. At their 25th anniversary, I went not to gloat, but to honor my legacy. Revenge wasn't ruin, it was rising higher than they'd ever dreamed.